What up, G-Life? It's your boy. Have shout out back at you with another video. Make sure you guys like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe to the channel and share if possible because it does help my channel. Now, what I wanted to talk about was actually an idea that was inspired by one Loked Out TV, Clown Loke. Go subscribe to his channel. He put out a real good video. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna put the link to the description, the link to the video in the description, for you guys could peep it out. You know, I always pay homage, homie. Wherever, you know, I'm not gonna act like if I have all the ideas and I come, you know, wooty why, you know what I'm saying? Facading. Nah, I always pay respect for where I get my ideas from and all of that, you know what I mean? He put out a real good video about this, and I agree with what he was saying on there. You know what I'm saying? And it's a trip because that's exactly how it is. Look, he made a video talking about that doesn't impress us, right? The way people behave about, you know, talking about gang members. Thinking you're gangster and being gangster is two different things. One of the things that I do hear a lot, you know, when I'm chopping it up with people is when people be like, when they find out that I'm a gang member, they're like damn, that's a trip. Like, I picture gang members just different. Like, I pictured, you know, them behaving differently. And I always tell them well, how did you picture a homie acting or what? And then when they tell me, it's always describing like Baby Joker from Next Friday or some shit like that, you know, like people have been watching way too many movies. And I do understand what he's talking about because there's individuals that do behave like that, you know, that want to be, you know what I mean? Because they're thinking they're gangster. But see, thinking you're gangster and actually being gangster is two different things. When you try to be gangster, you're gonna come off as fake and a wannabe. Homies don't have to behave and act like nothing, dog, but themselves. You know what I mean? Homies don't have to, you know, a homie's not impressed when a homie comes in and is like, hey, I did 15 years, homie, and 7 prisons, and I've been in the shoe for wah, or, you know, I busted on these in. Homies are not impressed by that, dog. You're not gonna wow us. We're not gonna be like, oh, damn, did you hear that? Homies don't give a fuck about none of that, fool. You know what I mean? You know, homies all go through the same shit, you know what I mean? So, by you coming and all of that, you ain't gonna wow none of us, you know what I mean? We're only gonna be questioning in our head, like, why is he acting like this? Like, why is he telling me all this shit for? Like, what the fuck? You know, they're gonna be like, they're gonna wonder, like, why you coming this way? Like, my boy, are you trying to hide something, or what's up? You know, like, or somebody questioning your gangster right here, or what's happening right here, right now? You know, a real homie ain't gonna come and be announcing that to everybody or trying to impress somebody, you know, like, you know, about some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like Clown Loke said on his videos, like when they ask him, like, you know, he has nice tattoos, like, where'd you get him? Oh, like, oh, I got him when I was busted, whatever. And then the guy all of a sudden starts coming like, oh yeah, I did like about 15. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, like that conversation took a you know, a slight turn. You know what I'm saying? Like, real homies ain't gonna be coming and trying to floss all of that like if it's something to be proud of, you know what I mean? We got caught for a crime, we did time, you know what I mean? That's nothing to be bragging about or boasting about or to be proud of, like, hey homie, I did all this. You know, homie's proud of that, dog. You think a homie's proud of being busted, my boy? You think that they be walking around like it's a badge of honor? My boy, we got caught doing a khali, you know, we fucked up. You know what I mean? And any homie that's incarcerated could tell you that shit, you know? They'll tell you to be smarter. They'll tell you everything that I'm talking about, you know what I mean? They're not going to be like, hey, how you going to be disrespecting? You know what I'm saying? Like, they understand what it is. Like fuck, man, we should have been smarter, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're not gonna be saying, like, hey, I hope the homies get busted, dog, because only right here you become a real one right here. Only right here you could earn real stripes. That's retarded. You know, homies ain't saying that shit. You know what I'm saying? Only the ones that try to act gangster or try to be gangster, those are the only fools that are saying that kind of shit. Like, hey, well, homie, well, I'm the real one, because I did 15 years. That vato never did not one day, eh, see? Like, okay, because he didn't get caught, my boy. You did. What you talking about? And people keep repeating the lies over and over and over again because it's always the people that don't gangbang that be in the comments being like, hey, well, has this vato even did tiempo? Like, you know, only real ones are strike when they did time, man. Like, okay. Like, Like, what gang are you from? Like, oh, we don't bang. Like, okay, entonces, stay quiet. You've been watching too many movies. What movie did you watch? Was that Blood Out? Was that American Me? Boulevard Nights, maybe? Perhaps? No, wait, they don't have a prison scene. Oh, it's Colors, huh? Come on now, you know? This is ridiculous, you know? That's what I'm talking about. Talking all of that is not gonna impress us, and no real homies it rolls and shows up like that. You know what I'm saying? For homies just to randomly be saying that shit, you know, like you're at a party, my boy. You know, you and your camaradas are playing baraja or drinking a pisto. Some food shows up. He keeps getting closer and closer to your table. I have seen this shit happen before. Closer and closer to your table, and he's talking to like maybe some of his homies, like, yeah, I remember, homie, when I caught that vato slipping, dog, and I was like, whoa, whoa, boy, and that vato straight up ranked it like a leva, homie, Simon. And it's like his homies are confused because they were just talking about the Lakers and what do they think about LeBron James, and this fool comes at them with his like, hey, so what's your opinion on LeBron James? I Simon, yeah, we caught that vato slipping, and eye cornering us to see if we're paying attention. I hope they listen, because that way they could see que el vato es, you know, pesado, you know, and nobody fuck with me, homie, shit. I'll shank you with a marshmallow, homie. That's how crazy I am. I can make a shank out of a marshmallow and it could penetrate you. That's how wild I am. You know, it's ridiculous, you know, the way these fools behave. Some of these individuals. Or when women are around. They like to do it when women are around too, you know. They make sure that the hyenas are like listening or looking their way and like, yeah, homie, I knocked out like 3 vatos that day, homie, by myself. Well, with both of my hands tied. And my foot. Like, damn, and your foot. Homie ain't playing. You know what I'm saying? That fool said he socked him with his eyeball. So you don't want none of him. The whole point is that fools se pasan de lanza. You know what I mean? Like, with the exaggeration and like, why are you even talking about this, bro? You know what I mean? Like, ain't nobody even talking about this. Like, we over here, like, on a different tip, on a different level. You know, when situations get brought up, right? Like when we're discussing like some, you know, G matters or whatever, and homies throw their opinion in there, you know, the situations that happen in there. That's when the gang talk gets talked. You know what I mean? The whole, you know, woo woo. You know what I mean? Because, you know, you're giving your perspective on the matters, you know, and how to conduct the matters and all that gangster talk. You know what I mean? Because, you know, we're talking about something serious right here. You know, entre the hood. But when you're at a party, my boy, or fucking, you know, waiting at the line at Chuck E. Cheese, my boy, or scratching your nalgas in front of Payless, you know what I mean? Like, there's no time to be saying none of this kind. Like, well, like what you doing, dog? Like, you know what I mean? Like, see a homie like, hey, yeah, well, hey, have you been busted? Because I have. Like, ha, vergas. Interesting way to start a conversation. Okay. You know what I mean? So thinking that you gangster and actually being gangster, two different things. What people actually think that how gangsters behave, it is the opposite of how gangsters behaves. You know what I mean? That's why all these people, whenever gente meets, you know, gang members, they touch them. They a lot of people, you know, mostly say that, hey, they're actually cool people and they're actually respectful and firme. You know why a lot of, like, a perfect example. When a lot of people meet an OG, right, and they're like, damn, homie, this fool's respectful, está toda madre, you know, he's the real deal, you know, he's cool as hell, you know, that the reason they say all of this is because they don't gotta be doing all this and that. That's why they come off, you know what I mean? Like, all they have to really do is be themselves, homie, that's it, dog. That's how a real gangster behaves. He behaves like himself. He's not trying to do all this and that, dog. You know what I mean? No real cheese behaving like that. It's just that the internet thinks that that's how it is because they've been watching too many movies and they're not gangsters themselves, so they could only think how a gangster behaves because he doesn't really know, because he doesn't come from that world. And not only that, you have people in the comments that are not gang members, but they pretend to be gang members. They start claiming hoods and start talking all this rah-rah. You know what I mean? Just because they're trying to start some shit. You know, they're not really gang members, but they pretend to be, you know what I mean, just to start some pedos. But real gang members, from reading the comments, we could tell when they're trying to, when it's an actual homie and when it's somebody pretending to be a homie. We're not stupid. We could see right through all of that. You know what I mean? But people think that we just can't, but we could, obviously. You know what I mean? But so when other people are just reading the comments, they think that these people are real gang members. So they're like, look how these guys behave. Oh, you fucking idiots. And so they essentially is the ones that give homies a bad name. You know what I'm saying? But those aren't even real gang members. So it's like, it's the illusion. But yeah, you know, so thinking you a gang member and being a gang member is two different things. You know, homies are not impressed by that. Homies are not fooled by it either. You know, because nobody cares, bro. You know what I mean? We trying to hear some on some other shit. You know what I mean? You telling us your story of how you put in work. You acting like if none of us put in work. You acting like if we didn't go through nothing. Like we know what it is. You know what I'm saying? We all walk the same. We have all. Every dog has their day, dog. We all. Well, at least those who really have put it down. You know what I mean? You know, we know what it is. You know what I mean? So when people are trying to like wow their homies, like you know that you're not gonna wow a homie like that, my boys. So what are you doing? Stop with the behavior. Stop with that behavior. But yeah, so go check out Locked TV. You know, it was a pretty good video. And I agree. You know, that's my overall view on that one. M. Shadow, we out.